Something in his delivery to really help him out because we know he's a talented left-handed pitcher.
He doesn't need to impress. Just go out there and pitch your game.
All right, it's the Dodgers and the Rockies. Let's send it upstairs. Steven Nelson, Eric Karros have the call. Steven, take it away.
Thank you, John, and welcome to Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium. Wherever you may be and however you may be joining us, it's our honor and privilege to join you for another edition of Dodger Baseball here on Sportsnet LA as the Dodgers and Rockies play the second game of a three-game series. After a 7-2 road trip, they kick off the homestand with a late rally, 4 runs in the 7th to go from 2 down to 2 up and take the series opener from the last place team in the National League. So that sets us up for tonight's contest, a battle of a pair of southpaws. Let's welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Alongside Eric Karros, I'm Steven Nelson. Kirsten Watson is going to check in just a moment. But EK, the Dodgers now 34-20. They're the third best record in the in all Major League Baseball, I beg your pardon, and more than half of their wins have been in comeback fashion.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team, obviously, that doesn't quit. They have an offense that can ignite at any point in the game. They also have a pitching staff that is going to quell the offensive prowess of the other ball club. And that's exactly what happened last night. Pitching kept it close, and the Dodgers struck in that 7th inning. They did it a little bit with patience, and then they did it with hitting. The pitching has been great. We've seen the bullpen. The starters have been good. It's been an all-around contribution to where they are right now in the standings.
And now there's a new member of the pitching staff, and the left-hander Eric Lauer, a veteran who was acquired a couple of weeks ago after being DFA'd by the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, I'm excited to see what Eric Lauer has to show. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen tonight because I think there's going to be a period where the Dodgers have to get used to what he does well, some tweaks, sequencing, what he likes, all those sorts of things. But there's no doubt, as Dodger fans have seen and the Dodger organization, when he's pitched against us, he has thrown extremely well.
And Kirsten, the last time he pitched here at Dodger Stadium was Game 3 of the last year's World Series. He went 4 2/3 shutout, but was outdueled by Will Klein. So what can Dodger fans expect from Lauer tonight?
Well, first I should say, Steve, that this year has looked a little bit different for Eric Lauer. He comes into this game with a 6.69 ERA, but since coming over to the Dodgers, he's hoping to get back on track. The organization is hoping that a change of scenery, some better pitch selection can be exactly what he needs. So his last outing this year was actually on May 10th. He got through 5 innings of work, through 80 pitches, so he is built up. Dave Roberts just said today that as much as they wanted to see what he has out there, it'll be a baseline, but they do feel good if he can continue to get through this one, but they're going to just keep an eye and read and react as to where he's at, guys.
And whenever his night does come to a close, they got a red-hot bullpen ready to go behind him. We're ready to go on Mexican Heritage Night here at the Ravine. Can't wait to kick things off. The first pitch is on the other side of the break.
Saved her.
Ugh, that's what a gentleman smells like, okay? Yep, that's it.
Pitcher Shohei Ohtani will be leading off for the Dodgers against the Rockies. Look over at his last 11 games, Nomar, 17 hits, 13 RBI, starting to look like Shohei again in the batter's box.
We know he likes to hit in May. This is what we're saying. It was once the calendar turned May, Shohei's going to get going, so we like what we see from him.
He's staying square a lot longer. That allows his hands to work naturally. Show being show.
Dodgers trying to secure their 4th consecutive series win with Eric Lauer walking out onto the field, about to make his Dodgers debut against the Rock Show. First pitch with Steven and EK on the call is coming up next.
Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The real sourdough star is back at Carl's Jr., so get it for just $5.99 for a limited time. And by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Just one day this year, I want to see Miguel Rojas do his celebration with Max Muncy, but with Kyle Tucker, just to see. Test the hips. Let's figure it out, Tucker. See if it's in there. Dodgers getting ready to take the field on this Tuesday night. Game 2 of this 3-game set with the Rockies. On the other side, Warren Schaefer is going with this starting lineup against Eric Lauer. Switching things up against the lefty, Willie Castro atop the order. Tyler Freeman and Tovar the first three. Hunter Goodman will clean up. Braxton Fulford bats fifth as the DH. Then is Jake McCarthy, Kyle Karros, Troy Johnson, and Chad Stevens. Now on the hill, Eric Lauer. Coors Banquet, start your legacy as Eric Lauer prepares to start his Dodger career. And in his lifetime in this ballpark, his ERA of 3.12, but now he won't be facing the boys in blue, against whom he has typically dominated throughout his major league career. Now he's going to try and help them out.
Well, he's here to learn. He's here to get better and reclaim that efficiency that he has had so many times facing this organization, the Dodgers. Four-seamer changer, likes the cutter, but has not been successful with it this year. He's given up a lot of home runs so far, 8 of them already on a fastball. You know, he only gave up 7 last year on the fastball. Again, I don't know that I would judge anything after this evening. I think this is more of let's get acclimated to what Eric Lauer has, and then we'll go to work.
In either direction, really good or
yeah, for sure.
Conversely, right? This is just kind of a new baseline for the lefty, who brings a 6.69 ERA into tonight. It'll be his 9th appearance of 2026 and 7th start. The Blue Jays had experimented with having him come out of the bullpen after an opener, and the numbers in relief weren't as good.
Leading off the game for Colorado, first baseman number 3, Willie Castro.
Meanwhile, the Rockies have lost 3 in a row in 19 of the last 26 games to sink toward the bottom of the majors. Worst record in the National League, and if they lose tonight, it would be a 9th straight series loss. A win for the Dodgers would be a 4th straight series win. So Eric Lauer comes home. His first pitch in Dodger blue is a strike and a fastball at 91. Quickly 0-2, and you see the first 2 pitches, those are his 2 primary offerings.
Right, and one of the things he has going for him this evening, the Rockies have not been very good against left-handed pitching this year. So again, it's one of those, I'm with a new ball club, you know, I'm getting a fresh start, and I'm going against a ball club, like I said, has not had a lot of success up to this point against left-handed pitching.
The 0-2 sails upstairs. The fastball got up to 92 miles per hour. The four-seam velocity has taken a dip so far in 2026. 0-2 to Castro. Lifted to left. Teoscar Hernandez is underneath it, and there's the first out. If Eric Lauer and the Dodger bullpen can punch out 7 Rockies, that would mean you can get a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow and a Jack in the Box in Los Angeles after you buy a large beverage. Now the right fielder, Tyler Freeman. Fouls back a strike. Freeman from nearby Rancho Cucamonga went to Etiwanda. Doubled last night and scored one of the Rockies' 3 runs. Oh, 0-2 on each of the first 2 Rockies for Lauer. Got him swinging.
Lauer does a nice job on the second pitch. It's a cutter right on the inner part of the plate. So he's got him 0-2, decides to go even further in with that cutter, which again, the sequencing excellent, the pitch selection excellent, location as good as it gets.
Now Ezequiel Tovar. Young Rockies shortstop, 24 years young, one of the pillars in Denver. Homered last night off Kyle Hurt. Snapped the Dodger bullpen scoreless inning streak at 38. And with home runs, showed you Tovar's, that has been the issue for Lauer, especially this year. The home run rate has more than doubled from where it was in 2025. On a 1-1, Tovar lays off a changeup downstairs. At the time Lauer was dealt, he had given up 11 home runs, which was tied for the most in the American League. Three balls and a strike. 2 outs and nobody on.
Just went right after Tovar there on that 3-1 pitch. Challenged him with the four-seamer. Gone back-to-back four-seamers. Kind of feel like that cutter right now is the pitch.
The payoff. A fastball fouled away on the first base side once again. Lauer's got a 5-pitch mix. Fastball, change, cutter, slider, and a curve. Last year he used more cutters and curves, and he had his best season ever. And for whatever reason, dialed back on the cutters and the curves so far. Tipped into the glove, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks in a 1-2-3 first for Lauer.
Good things.
Here's the Dodgers starting lineup. It's presented by your SoCal Helpful Honda dealers. Ohtani, Andy Pages, and Freddie Freeman the first 3. Mookie Betts in the cleanup spot. Kyle Tucker in right. Teoscar Hernandez in left. Will Smith will do the catching and hit 7th. Miguel Rojas at second base. And Kike Hernandez another start at 3rd. Familiar foe on the mound for Colorado. Veteran lefty in his 10th major league season, Kyle Freeland, who brings an ERA of 7.04 into the ballgame.
Yeah, if anything this year, it's been a little different for him. Obviously, the home runs allowed, but the walks, he's usually better control.
The first pitch is outside.
That's smart right there, too. You don't want to try and sneak a strike on that first pitch to Shohei, because he'll ambush you.
Yeah, not the way he's going right now at the plate. Freeland's 1-0. Ohtani hits it hard right at the second baseman Stevens. A hard hit first out.
I was going to say, I thought that was 200 miles off the bat.
It sounded like it.
111. It certainly did, right? I mean, that literally sounded like a gun going off.
Ohtani is now 7 for 12 against Freeland with 3 extra base hits. Based on the batted ball quality, argument to be 8 for 12. Here's Andy Pages. Curve slips away from Freeland. Multi-hit game last night for Pages, drove in a run. Now up to 46 ribbies this year, tied for the most in baseball.
You know, you can look at those numbers and obviously you're going to get excited, but you can narrow it down. And at least for me, I can just look at 2 at-bats that he's had this year, and it says all I need to know. 1 at-bat was in San Diego against Mason Miller, and
perhaps the at-bat of the season for the Dodgers so far.
For sure. And the way he battled and fought, and then the at-bat last night against Jaden Hill, he got to 2 strikes. It's an RBI situation. Throws a pretty good slider away. Goes the other way with it. I mean, his evolution as a hitter has been great.
The straightaway center, McCarthy charging, and he tracks it down. Pages gets a little bit of his own medicine there. Out number 2 of the first. Freddie Freeman coming to the plate. Turn on the performance spotlight, sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. And it was Freddie with the Dodgers ahead in that 4-run seventh last night, a go-ahead RBI double. First pitch off with a foot of Freeland into right center field. A 2-out single. And we'll see if the Rockies want to take an extra look at their starter.
How about Freddie, right? Freddie, in the last 2 at-bats, has seen a total of 2 pitches. There have been 2 swings. One's a double off the wall, and that one's a rocket up the middle.
Continues the first inning and brings Mookie Betts to the dish. Mookie was a factor in that 7th inning on Monday. Sacrifice fly that tied the game at 3. He's 1 for his last 17, but got the job done, and the Dodgers making some tweaks to his swing mechanics. Not changing anything, but more trying to get him back to where he was, specifically with his hands, as he prepares to fire his swing.
You know, you can be shown all the things, you can make all the adjustments, and at the end of the day, as a hitter, you got to feel it. Now, like, I don't care if somebody tells me, look, you got to move your hands here, whatever. If I do that and I don't feel right, it's not happening. And that's the thing right now with Mookie, is he's just got to get to that spot where, yes, this feels smooth and fluid.
Freeland's 0-2. Mookie in the air, left center field. McCarthy on the warning track, at the wall. It's gone. There's the feel, there's the results. A 2-run shot for Mookie Betts. The Dodgers hitting staff, Aaron Bates said before the game he had an amazing day of work on Tuesday.
Again, it's got to feel great for Mookie. And you can talk about all the process and this and that, but you want to see results. And, you know, that's an 0-2 pitch right down the middle part of the plate. And Mookie does what he's supposed to do with that pitch, destroys it. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, center cut.
Number 157 in a Dodger uniform for Mookie Betts. Now 5 away from tying Sean Green and Andre Ethier. Kyle Tucker strikes out as the final out of the first inning, but Mookie Betts kicked off game 2 with a 2-run blast.
Their new gold jerseys and caps commemorating their World Series win last fall. Head to
future, a legacy that grows because it's always moving forward. Every journey, a new story. One tradition that evolves with us every step along the way.
The Dodgers are wearing their new gold jerseys and caps commemorating their World Series win last fall. Head to MLBshop.com to score the same ones. Plus, check out the largest selection of authentic gear from all MLB clubs. From the dugout to your doorstep, grab official on-field merchandise just like the players wear at MLBshop.com. Man, I need an oxygen tank.
Wait, we're not Coors. Hunter Goodman flies the first pitch of the second inning to center field. Andy Pages runs out of room. And last year's Colorado All-Star produces another home run against Eric Lauer in 2026, the 12th for Goodman, and it slices the Dodger lead in half.
Lauer trying to jump ahead. This is a center cut fastball too. It's not working out well, that pitch right down the middle for either of these left-handers this evening. Goodman, his 12th home run. You mentioned the Silver Slugger Award winner last year at the catching position. He's donning the purple coat.
It's been the bugaboo for both of these lefties all year, giving up the long ball. This one's popped to the right side of the infield. Freddie Freeman's just going to stand there and let Rojas take out number 1. I think the controller got disconnected. But this is what we discussed in the first inning, the home run rate. In his career, 1.5 home runs per 9 innings. Last year it was even better, 1.3, but this year it's jumped to 2.7.
How about the fact he's given up, Eric Lauer, given up 17 hits so far this year on the fastball. Of those 17, 9 of them have left the ballpark.
That's wild.
Right?
Two-1 now, 1 out in the second. McCarthy jammed, foul ground, third base side. Kike has no play as it hits the very top of the netting.
Lauer again has a couple pitches. Use that cutter right now, run it away from McCarthy.
Curve in the dirt.
Yep.
It was a 1-2-3 first with 2 strikeouts. It's the second time all year, and he has struck out 2 in the first inning of his start. It's 1-2 to McCarthy. Pulled to right. Down for a hit. McCarthy thinking 2. Tucker's throw. They got him by a mile.
And Tucker not surprised right there. Sometimes you can get him sleeping, but comes up. He makes a good, strong throw. Boom, puts it in there. Easily gets McCarthy. Trying to use the element of surprise there. Again, one of the fastest runners in all of baseball. Tucker not having any of it. Good alert play.
He played that so casually, too. Like, all right, you're going to go?
Well, and that's the way you have to do it. You speed that thing up or anything, that's when you
The ball goes the other way.
go crazy.
Ball and a strike on the third baseman, Kyle Karros. 1 for 3 last night, giving him hits in back-to-back games. Good curve from Lauer.
Takes a little off on that pitch.
Buries a change in the dirt, 2-2. Full count. Lauer's payoff. Karros bounces one back to Lauer, who leaps and fields his position. A good throw over to finish the second. A leadoff home run from Goodman makes it 2-1 Dodgers. And look at that throw from Kyle Tucker to get McCarthy.
The 3-4
on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal. The chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary. Bottom of the second, Dodgers 2, Rockies 1. Teoscar Hernandez, Will Smith, and Miguel Rojas due up for LA. All 3 runs so far on homers. 2-run blast from Mookie Betts in the first, and a solo shot from the catcher Hunter Goodman. Colorado on the top of this inning. Teoscar Hernandez riding a 6-game hitting streak. 381 in this 6-game stretch. Season average at 277. Two and two.
Good to see Teo get going. It's still, though, he hasn't hit his stretch. I mean, we've seen him in a Dodger uniform where he's so hot, he can carry a ball club. We haven't seen that yet this year.
2-2. Down swinging. Back-to-back Ks for Freeland. 1 out in the second.
This pitch just running out of the zone. Again, at the end of the day, the pitcher is just trying to have the hitter make a decision. That decision right there, offering it a pitch, not a strike.
It brings up Will Smith, who takes a ball. Like Mookie Betts, the Dodgers trying to get this all-star righty on a roll offensively. One and one. And like Mookie Betts, they say Will Smith had an excellent day of work today. On the ground at third, played by Karros, throws across his body, high throw, and Castro picks him up with a spinning tag.
Good play getting over there and throw. He probably had some time to set his feet. Will not hustling down there. Well, Will was hustling down there as fast as Will can run. Willie makes a nice play.
First 2 outs in front of Miguel Rojas. Rojas came off the bench as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning last night. Fell behind 0-2 and then got hit by a pitch on his left shin. It's bothering him into the next half inning, but he's back in the lineup as a starter today. Ball and 2 strikes. Perhaps the Dodgers will follow the same formula in the second that they did in the first. 2 outs, nobody on. Freddie Freeman with a single. And then Betts' homer.
Freeland staying up and away with the first 3 pitches.
Up and away again with the sweeper. 2-2. Rojas chases a knuckle curve in the dirt. Bookending K's for Freeland in a 1-2-3 second. And it just kind of pops out. Like the
40,000 fans on May 29th and take home an exclusive Alex Vesia bobblehead presented by Starlux Airlines. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Top of the third, 2-1 Dodgers. Lauer against Troy Johnston. Strike 1 on a foul ball. quickly 0-2. Lauer, 30 years old, approaching his 31st birthday, coming up on June 3rd. 0-2 is in the dirt. Debuted with the Padres back in 2018, couple years in San Diego. And he was traded to Milwaukee in November of 2019. 4 seasons with the Brewers, the best of which were in 2021 and 22, and he won 18 games, an ERA below 3.5. The 1-2 to Johnson. Popped into shallow left field. Betts going back from short. It's his ball, 1 away. Things fell apart for Freeland in 2023. He was outrighted off the Brewers roster. Signed a minor league deal with the Pirates in March of 2024. Opted out of that deal. Signed another minor league contract with the Astros in May. He was toiling in AAA. A little bit of a logjam there. And he had an August 1st opt-out in his contract. Now, during that summer, he was getting interest from the KBO and the Kia Tigers in Korea. And they had a deadline as well because they wanted to add Lauer in early enough where he could be eligible for their postseason. It got so down to the wire that Kia basically said, hey, you got 12 hours to make this decision. Are you coming or not? And Lauer told Keegan Matheson of MLB.com, at the time that sounded terrible. Like, not going to go. But he gave credit to his wife Emily, who had just found out at that time that she was pregnant with their first child, to go get this experience. So he goes to KBO. 7 starts with the Tigers. Didn't light the world on fire, but was a part of their Korean Series championship team. The 2-1 pitch. Shot foul, and a square count on Chad Stevens. Thought about staying in Korea, but ultimately didn't work out. You can only have so many foreign players on each KBO team, similar to NPB in Japan. So he signed another minor league deal to come back to the majors, and that was with Toronto. And went from a minor league contract to one of the more important members of the Blue Jays pitching staff last season. So it's been a long and winding road for this lefty, who's now in Los Angeles looking for another reboot.
And it certainly was interesting how it ended in Toronto, right? He was used as a bulk reliever. Wasn't excited about that. And the irony of it is the Blue Jays, they just put Dylan Cease on the IL. He would have had an opportunity, but he expressed himself publicly. Caught a little heat for that. But finds himself with a new opportunity here in LA.
Here's the payoff to Stevens, fouled back. And he's since clarified those comments that you're alluding to in Toronto where that got him into hot water. He's like, I think you ask any starter, they tell you they would rather just start a game. It's easier routine, so on and so forth. But I'll do what the team wants, what the team feels is best.
But you tell that to the manager or the coaches. You don't tell it to me and you.
Right. 8th pitch coming. Stevens fouls it away. Five straight fastballs for Stevens. What are you thinking? He's not going to throw me a 6th, will he?
And you got to sit on fastball.
And it's a curve outside and a 1-out walk worked by Stevens.
Number 3, Willie Castro.
Well, it flips the lineup, and again, he had to work hard against Stevens. Spent a lot of time on that fastball. This is a guy you do not want to throw a fastball to.
1 on, 1 out. 2-1 Dodgers in the 3rd. There's a first pitch change, but low. First time through the order for Lauer. 2 strikeouts, 2 hits, including a homer, 1 walk. 7 of 9 first pitch strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. One on, one out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lauer will throw over. Curve on the inner half to jump ahead.
It's been a relatively decent pitch for him this evening. Dropping that curveball in against the right-handed hitters.
Cooler night tonight than it was last night in the series opener. Temperatures hovering above 60 degrees here as Lauer prepares for his 1-2 pitch. Castro chops it to third. Picked by Kike on the backhand. The throw to Freeman. And it was down the line, but he couldn't apply the tag. So everybody safe.
A nice pickup by Kike. The in-between hop. Plus, he's got to worry about the base. He's backhanding it. He's running away. Castro's got pretty decent speed. See that throw way offline. Did not give Freddie an opportunity at all. Freddie just doing a nice job of corralling that, keeping it from heading down the line. You know, good job by the first baseman there. Obviously, just going off to catch a ball. It doesn't matter if you got your foot on the bag. You got to catch a ball first.
Now Freeman bunted in the air. Will Smith can't get that one. Strike 1. Freeman 0 for 1, struck out in the first inning. Tying run in scoring position for the Rockies with 1 gone in the top of the 3rd. Low flare, center field. Pages there. He makes the catch and caught off second base is Stevens. He's doubled off, and the inning is over. Just totally misread that fly ball. Now look at that inning-ending double play, and Andy Paz's 6th outfield assist of the year, the most in Major League Baseball.
Wasn't thinking he should have just run and tagged the base himself. Unassisted double play, huh?
Don't tease Andy Paz with a good time. He'll do it. Dodgers 2, Rockies 1. Bottom of the 3rd, bottom of the order. Kike Hernandez to be followed by Shohei Ohtani and Pages. Hernandez hammers the ball to left field. Way back and gone. A ferocious start to 2026 for Kike. Three plate appearances, 3 hits, 2 extra base hits, and this home run. Strike 1 on Ohtani. After Kike makes it 3-1 LA. Oh, and 2.
Kike may start doing this regularly. Just take spring off, come in into May.
The 0-2 down and in. That's the thing. It really is spring training for Kike Hernandez.
Well, I mean, he was down at OKC for a while. He got a good amount of at bats, right? I mean, there's a
12 games, 42 ABs.
Right. I mean, there's a difference between what he and Mookie had gone through, right? Freeland trying to sneak a fastball by him. It wasn't in the strike zone, but it's an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. and you are not going to sneak that by Kike Hernandez, whether it's over the plate, high, low.
Goodman wants to have a chat with Freeland. They're ahead of Ohtani, a ball and 2 strikes. Shohei 0 for 1. He hit a ball 111, 112 right to the second baseman Stevens, leading off the game. And he has seen Kyle Freeland well. 7 hits and 12 ABs for Ohtani against Freeland. 3 of them extra base hits and 2 home runs. Freeland's 1-2. Rolled to the right side in fair territory where Castro will pick it up and beat Shohei to the bag.
Number 44, Andy Pages.
Now Pages' turn. You can forget about this one. Pages to the pavilion.
But Freeland had been getting beat on his fastball tonight, so Pages is thinking he's not going to challenge me with one of those. He gets a sweeper and absolutely demolishes this thing. 107 off the bat.
Second home run of the 3rd inning. 3rd home run of the night already. And a 4-1 lead for the Dodgers. Freeman behind 0-2.
Dodgers not waiting around this evening. Last night 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position going into the 7th. Had some opportunities to blow it open, but unable to do so. This evening wasted no time.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Freeland to Freeman. Broken bat flare the other way. An opposite field single, and Freddie Freeman's 2 for 2.
Freddie doing a nice job just trying to stay alive. Serves that thing out to left field. Doesn't roll over. Keeps his hands through the ball. Don't have to hit it hard, but have to hit it hard enough to get it out to the outfield. Does a nice job.
1 on, 1 out. Mookie Betts for a second time. Changeup outside, ball 1. There's a 2-out, 2-run homer to kick off this Tuesday for Mookie.
Now you take it a step further. An 0-2 pitch. Down in the count. Freeland tried to challenge him with a fastball right down the middle. And Mookie was having none of it.
Lace to left. Betts 2 for 2. Station to station goes Freeman.
And we said that this was a series for Mookie to start feeling good about himself, and certainly doing that this evening. Started last night at last at bat with that sac fly, and then this evening he starts things off. 0-2 pitch, hits it out of the ballpark, and then for good measure decides to attack the knuckle curve, line drive to left.
You saw on both of those replays of his swings tonight, as he's loading up, you see his hands come back up. Betts and the Dodgers have felt since coming off the injury list, he got into this habit of keeping the hands low, and they never came back up to give him some power and some leverage in his swing.
Well, it's also a timing thing, right? And the reason maybe the hands aren't getting up is because you feel like you're trying to rush, you're trying to hurry, you're trying to get to that velocity. Tonight, again, an 89-mile-an-hour fastball to dead center, and then the off-speed 80 miles an hour. So it's allowed him to get into that position.
Tucker, who struck out in the first, is behind 0-2 here in the third. First and second, still only one out. 5 Dodgers to the plate so far, 4 hits. On an 0-2. Tucker lays off ball 1 inside. Two and two. Cutter spoiled. Tucker stays alive for at least one more. Your thoughts about Mookie in this series against Colorado? Do you feel similarly about Tucker? It seemed like he had turned a corner. Tucker did, and then he's kind of cooled off a little bit the last week and a half.
I mean, he's facing a left-hander right here, and I get it. You know, he's neutral against lefties, right? He's even a little better this year, but I mean, Mookie, I think, is in a different boat. You know, Mookie hasn't had any type of, I mean, he really hasn't had a season yet this year, and he's just looking to get going at some level. And I felt like this series was going to be an opportunity for him, you know, to get himself right. So far early this evening, he has.
Does not bite on the sweeper. He's worked the count full. Teoscar Hernandez waiting in the wings on deck. Freeland's 8th pitch, the payoff. Tucker flies it to left, calling for a Johnston. 2 out.
Number 37, Teoscar Hernandez.
Freeland got Teo on a cutter slider on the ground, the inner part of the plate. You know, Teo's got to push him out over the plate.
Tips a changeup foul. Strike 1.
Just stay off that pitch down and in. Freeland's not going to throw it for a strike, but he's going to try to get you to go after it.
Freeland's 0-1. A little late on the change. Strike 2.
Dodgers have an opportunity to just open this thing up right here. Teo put something in the gap.
2 on, 2 out. Here comes the 0-2. Inside. Pair of solo home runs already in this third. Kike Hernandez and Andy Pages. Then back-to-back base hits from Freeman and Betts. The 1-2 to Teoscar. Upstairs. loose wild. Here's Freeland. Hit hard, short, and there is Tovar. So Freeman and Betts stranded. Kike and Pages were not. 3 home runs for the Dodgers in 3 innings, and they lead by 3 going to the 4th. We're living with the long ball on this Tuesday. 4-1 Dodgers starting the 4th inning. Eric Lauer starts off Tovar with strike 1. This is the 9th time in 2026 that the Dodgers have hit at least 3 homers in a game. Typically that bodes well for any team, but especially for the Dodgers. They're 8-0 the first 8 instances of that. Tovar to left. Hernandez hustling after it, and he's there to make the catch. Off the bat, you didn't know, but Teo got a good jump on it.
Yeah, Teo had a good jump, and that ball sinking, only 90 miles an hour off the bat. Wasn't scorched, had some top spin, so Teo had to get some ground, get that glove out there. Nice job keeping his eye on it.
Hooks in a curve for a strike on Goodman. He's the lone damage against Lauer so far as a leadoff home run on the very first pitch of the 2nd inning. Chop to the left side. Betts charging and can't pick it.
What do you think? See what we got here. Mookie coming in, trying to get it on the short hop there. Goodman runs relatively well, but he just, it just closed the glove, and Mookie would tell you he'd make that play any day of the week.
Scored E6. A 1 on, 1 out for Colorado. The ball to Braxton Fulford. A fastball to get Lauer on the board. 2-1. That was a question after the Dodgers acquired him from Toronto for cash considerations. Can they figure out how to get the fastball back on track? On 2-2.
You know, that's been the pitch so far, at least for me tonight, that he's been able to steal. You know, that slow curveball, whether you throw it 0-0 or you just kind of roll it up there. You know, he hasn't really hung it, but it's such a difference in velocity. Rockies hitters haven't been able to pull the trigger on it.
It's a changeup, fly to right, or Kyle Tucker is waiting. 2 away. The average velocity on the fastball is back up above 91 miles per hour tonight. It's in a full mile per hour more from his season average with Toronto.
Well, it's again, you look at the slug on the fastball and 623, and again, it's, you know, the velocity is not overwhelming, and we've seen it on the other side this evening as well. 2 of the home runs hit on fastballs, but you're talking about 89-mile-an-hour fastballs.
to Betts. He'll go to the bag and get the final out at second base. He works around his first error of the season. Still 4-1 LA.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans and take home the Teoscar Hernandez Mr. Seeds bobblehead. That's Teoscar Hernandez for those of you at home. Mr. Seeds bobblehead on May 30th. Presented by Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
EK, I
had seeds in my mouth.
I live in the.
Go ahead. What?
I live in the glass house, so I'm not going to throw stones at you.
Hey, bring them on, dude.
No.
Throw water balloons all day long. It's not good to have sunflower seeds when you're trying to read a card.
No. Yeah. But old habits die hard for you big leaguers, I know. 2 balls and a strike on Will Smith. Bottom of the order for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 4th, trying to extend this lead from 4-1. And the air to right. Should be routine for Freeman, and it is. Here's a word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Second plate appearance for Rojas. He's 0 for 1 with a K. Now 1 for 2 after this base hit to left. He gets on in front of Kike Hernandez, who did this leading off the 3rd inning.
And Kyle Freeland tried to sneak a fastball up and in. It was out of the zone. It was not a strike. The problem, though, not a lot of velocity. 89 miles an hour, and Kike gets on top of that thing, hits it out of the ballpark.
Swings through a curve behind 0-1. So he doubled in his first at-bat last night. Then hustled out an infield single. Homered in his first at-bat tonight. So it's a triple shy of the cycle to start the year.
I think we're going to have Rick look that up and see how many players have started their season with the cycle. Can you do that for us, Dr. Krajewski?
Shaking his head.
Modern era.
One on, one out, 1 ball, 1 strike, 4-1 LA. Their off-season elbow surgery. Kike feels rejuvenated. He was telling the media yesterday that every time he tried to just get into his stance at the plate last year, it felt like it was a blowtorch on his elbow. The 1-2 from Freeland is in the dirt. He said it'd be better if it hurt on the swing, because now with the setup, he's thinking about it more. Stays alive, spoiling a cutter. Let's go downstairs to Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, yesterday when Kike Hernandez was talking to the media just about his surgery, he was sharing that after Dr. Elatrosh underwent the procedure, he came out of it and he said that was the worst thing that he had ever seen. He was surprised that Kike was even able to play through it. You mentioned that he had shared that it felt like he had a...
This one's hit well to the gap in left center. It's on the warning track and a 1 hops off the wall. Well, it won't be a triple for that cycle, Kirsten, but it's another double for Kike. Go back down to you.
There's an off-speed pitch. Not great location, but Kike absolutely crushes this thing. Man, I tell you what, a healthy Kike. Look out, boys.
And look out right now. Second and third, one out. First base is open. Ohtani at the plate. The right side of the Rocky infield. I think the call is to play in, but I don't know how far in you want to play.
Oh, if you got an extra set of catcher's gear, yeah, I'll play in.
Ball one downstairs.
I mean, wasn't there a ball 100? Did we say 111?
Yeah.
And that almost took Stevens out into right field in the first inning. Now you're saying, hey, let's play a step off the grass.
One and one.
I mean, Freeland has been good with the curveball tonight. Hitters are 1 for 5, but the rest of the stuff, 7 for 13, 3 home runs.
2 in scoring position, the 1-1 home. And Ohtani fouls it in front of Chris Woodward, strike 2. Just like in the third inning, EK, Dodgers with 2 on and only 1 out. The chance to break things open a little bit in the first half of this ball game. The 1-2, and that hits Ohtani near the hands. That's tomorrow's schedule starter. Watch the right hand, the bottom hand. Thomas Albert quick to meet Ohtani down at first base, and they're turning back. Dave Roberts got halfway down the line.
Well, you take a look at the pad on his hand. I mean, that's not just a little plastic pad. That thing is thick as heck, and rightfully so. I mean, that right arm is exposed to the pitcher, and we know how valuable that right arm is. And so you look at that whole front side. That thing it's heavily armored, and that's like a big pillow. I mean, it really is. That's how thick that thing is.
That loads the bases for Andy Pages. Check swing, foul ball, strike 1.
I think more than anything, though, as a hitter, it's scary. Look at you, see that? You see when I said the right side down to the leg, you got the shin guard on underneath the pants.
Ball and a strike for Pages. Went deep his last time up there. He's been one of the best in baseball with runners in scoring position, hitting .396.
Yeah, they can blow this thing wide open, and they had opportunities last night. We're not good with runners in scoring position until the end of the ball game. Had a sweeper earlier.
He's behind 0-2. Here comes Freeland. To the backstop, coming home, Rojas. So 5-1 Dodgers. And a wild pitch offense, the Dodgers will take it.
As a hitter, it's a non-competitive pitch, an easy decision to make. Almost looks like it hit him, but it doesn't. But Freeland just trying to throw a nasty curveball there. Just yanks it.
Infield in for Colorado, second and third, 1 out. Pages to left field. It is down for a hit. Hit all the way to the wall. Hernandez in. Ohtani nearly catches him. It's a 2-run double for Pages, who's driven in 3.
The at-bats have been so good, and especially with runners in scoring position. You know, we just talk about how Andy changes his approach from pitch to pitch depending on the situation. Waits Freeland out, gets again a pitch over the center part of the plate, just right down the middle, and shoots that thing into left center.
Now Freddie Freeman. Pages takes off for third. The throw down. The tag not in time. It was a little wide from Goodman. Carroll's jumping. Did decent work to just keep that on the infield. But it's a stolen base for Pages.
Well, you see Andy running. Kyle not even looking at him at second base, just focusing on the hitter. Goodman having no opportunity at all. Kyle making a nice play at third, catching that ball.
So infield back in for the Rockies. Only one out in the fourth. Freeman behind 0-2. 2 through 4 in the Dodger lineup. Combined 6 for 7 with 3 extra base hits. Freddie can add to that total. The 0-2. This is up. 7-1 Dodgers in the fourth inning. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and 3 so far in the fourth.
You see Freddie just letting that thing travel. If anything, he's going to get that RBI, get that base hit. Got the infield in. Again, he's not trying to just crush anything. He's just trying to serve that thing out to the grass.
To straightaway center field, McCarthy spins around and he makes the catch on the warning track. Mission accomplished for Freeman. A sacrifice fly. Now 8-1 LA.
Nice at bat by Freddie, just really using his hands, throwing him out there, and again with Andy stealing third base, gives Freddie an opportunity for an RBI without an at bat credited to him.
Base is now empty, 2 outs. Strike 1 called on Mookie Betts. Mookie in the cleanup spot tonight. He's 2 for 2. A 2-run homer in the first and a base hit in the third. That's going to fade foul first base side. To find the last time that Mookie Betts hit a home run in the cleanup spot of a lineup, got to go back to the 2017 season. Freeland's 0-2. Strike 3 called. No dispute from Betts. Big inning for the Dodgers. 4 runs across and a 7-run lead. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. And by Chili's. Chili's Big Crispy 3 for me. The best $10.99 you can eat. Kike Hernandez out of the game down in the Dodger dugout having a chat with Dave Roberts. 8-1 Dodgers starting the 5th inning.
Yeah, looks like Doc trying to console him. Not good. Deep breath. Hate to see that. Yeah, not good. I hate to see that.
Still 0-2 on Kyle Carroll. That was after Kike's double in the 4th inning.
It looked like he's laboring around first, right? So that's got to be a lower extremity or something. Or
you know, it's interesting. Ike, like, out of the box, you know, he hit it well, but he didn't race out of there. And I'm not sure if something happened on the swing or the first step or whatever. You know, if we hear anything, obviously we'll pass it along to you. But Kike Hernandez is out of the game. So Miguel Rojas moves from 2nd to 3rd, and Hesung Kim comes off the bench. He's now at 2nd base. Ground ball to short. Gobbled up by Betts. The throw to Freeman is there.
Number 20, Troy Johnston.
Ball 1 outside to Johnston. Well, a pretty warm welcome to LA if you're Eric Lauer. The offensive production. 8-1 in the 5th.
That's been the pitch again this evening for me, that if I'm a Dodger fan, that's what I'm excited about. His ability to throw that curveball. He's been able to steal strikes with it. He's been able to locate it. He's been able to throw it for a ball where it looks like it's going to be a strike. It's been pretty effective this evening.
On a 1-2, Johnson fouls away a cutter. Strike 3. Fastball by him at the top of the zone. 3rd K for Lauer. 2 outs in the 5th.
Number 39, Chad Stevens.
Three down, 4 away to get 7. Free Jumbo Jack free tomorrow in Los Angeles.
There it is again. That pitch has really been effective this evening. See, that would have been called a strike or challenged.
Stevens shoots one to right field. Tucker drifting back and makes the catch on the warning track. Rockies go down in order in the 5th. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Well, good times on the scoreboard for LA tonight. 8-1 is their lead over the Rockies. It'll be Kyle Tucker, Teoscar Hernandez, and Will Smith coming up in the 5th against Zach Agnos. The right-hander replaces left-handed starter Kyle Freeland. Ball 1 outside on Tucker, who is hitless in 2 tries tonight. Final line for Freeland: 4 innings, 8 runs, all of them earned on 9 hits, including 3 homers. Didn't walk a Dodger, struck out 4, but the ERA swells to 8.08. 2-1 count on Tucker.
Dodgers doing a nice job tonight of getting their base hits with runners in scoring position, creating a lot of traffic, really driving the ball, slugging the heck out of it tonight.
Fly to center. McCarthy hardly has to move.
Left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
On the other side, only 6 whiffs induced by Eric Lauer, but only 1 run, 3 hits.
Yeah, Lauer's done a nice job tonight. Again, he moving the ball around the plate. He's been pretty pitch efficient. A lot of strike ones. Like I said, the curveball has been interesting for me this evening. And it always helps to pitch with a lead.
Hernandez to left, and Teoscar continues his hitting streak, now up to 7 games.
Yeah, Teo in his last at-bat hit a rocket to Tovar. Deserves some love for that.
Will Smith.
Gets rewarded here.
Ball 1 to Will Smith. 1 on, 1 out in the 5th. The Dodgers leading by 7. Smith's 0 for 2. Called ball 2, but a helmet tap from Goodman. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. It's a good one for Goodman.
Colorado has 2 challenges.
That hit Smith. Slider up and in. And Smith was able to spin out of the way for the most part. 2nd Dodger hit in the last 2 innings.
There's a breaking ball, just you mentioned, slips out of the hand, backs up. Agnos had a spot start the other day, threw really well. Coming in now, though, just to save arms down in that bullpen.
2 on, 1 out. Ball 1 to Miguel Rojas. Rojas, the one who got the ball rolling in the 4th, a 1-out base hit. And scored the first of 4 runs in the inning. Hit down the line. That's a fair ball. Teo hustles in. Smith to 3rd. RBI double for Miguel Rojas and a multi-hit game.
It's a backup cutter. Doesn't cut. Ball's 100 miles an hour down the line. Johnson does a nice job of getting over there. Miggy does a great job of reading where the throw is going. Gets into second base.
Now the first plate appearance for Haesung Kim off the bench in Kike Hernandez's spot, the 9th spot of the order. First pitch to left center field. Over is McCarthy, makes the catch. Smith tags at third. He'll head home on a sac fly, and the Dodgers have double digits. Dodgers now leading by 9. Dalton Rushing will come off the bench and take the place of Ohtani. This is what happened to Shohei in his last plate appearance. It was a changeup, if I'm not mistaken, up and in, right off the right pitching hand.
Off the big pad, off the pitching hand. There's a big difference. Muncy got hit in the wrist the other day. Like run field, like that's a. My guess is Shohei's pitching tomorrow. Go home, get some sleep. Game's out of hand. Go get ready to pitch tomorrow. I don't think it's. I wouldn't worry about it.
2 outs. Rojas on second in the 5th. 10-1 LA.
Rush getting an opportunity to try and refine that terror he was on earlier this year.
Chops it to the right side. Castro is there, and that ends the 5th inning. But 2 more for the Dodgers. Rojas and Kim bringing in a pair.
There's 40,000 fans will take home the Yoshinobu Yamamoto Game 7 last out bobblehead tomorrow. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more info.
So 10-1 Dodgers. They're running away from the Rockies. Eric Lauer working his 6th inning. Strike 1 on Willie Castro. Let's go downstairs to Kirsten Watson for an update on Kike Hernandez.
Thanks, Stephen. After that 4th inning, when we saw Kike Hernandez exit the game, we now know the Dodgers have announced that he left the game with a left oblique strain. So what that means for him moving forward, we should know more after the game, guys.
All right, Kirsten, thanks. Kike Hernandez just came back from the injured list after offseason elbow surgery. Now an oblique strain. Hit to left, and it's a leadoff base hit for Castro here in the 6th. But you know, we saw the conversation Dave Roberts and Kike Hernandez were having in the dugout. You could just feel the frustration
Right fielder Tyler Freeman
from Kike Hernandez. A left oblique strain is what the Dodgers are saying, and
You can just see the facial expression, right? And he knows it right when he swings. And as a hitter, you know that. And then the frustration and Doc trying to console him. And I think more than anything, it's you don't need to go see Dr. Elatrosh and get examined and do all that sort of stuff. You know, as a player, you just blew out, and you know what happens with that. That's not coming back in a week. That's not 2 weeks. That's going to be some time, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the most frustrating injury, because it's one of those, okay, I think I'm feeling good. Let's go try and do something. And did I just set myself back, or did I make some progress? And that's the roll of the dice dealing with these injuries.
After he starts his year 4 for 4 with 3 extra base hits. I mean, and again, it could have been 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. You just came back, and now you got to go. You're down for who knows how long with the obliques. So just fingers crossed that the Dodgers have a more positive update than we have current outlook. Still 2-2 for Lauer against Tyler Freeman. Full count. Flied to right, and Freeman slams his bat in frustration. Kim ranges over and has the first out of the 6th.
Yeah, nice job by Kim ranging over there. You saw he was playing, shading towards second base. And Freddie holding the runner on. Kim covered a lot of ground getting over there.
Shortstop Ezekiel Tovar.
Good pick from Smith. Ball 1 in the dirt. Lauer approaching 90 pitches with 1 out in the 6th. 10-1 Dodgers is the lead.
Yeah, his high on the year was 95. He did that on April 11th.
Tovar toward Pages. 2 gone.
You know, one of the things, if you're looking at a tendency or something that Lauer is doing differently tonight than what he's done this year, and it's the use of the curveball. I mean, it's not just the eye test where we're sitting up here watching. We're going to break it down into analytics. Fact is, he's
do it, EK.
Well, I'm not going to give you all the break and all that. I'm just going to tell you, he's throwing it more tonight than he has at any other time. How's that? You don't have to go to Baseball Savant for that. Fingers and toes, I'll tell you that. I mean, he had thrown, though, going into the night. I don't have an abacus, but I got fingers and toes. But he had thrown 60 total curveballs this year in 8 appearances with the Blue Jays. 8 into 60, that's 7.5 curveballs a game.
Don't hurt yourself. Pitch number 90 jams Goodman, has strike 2 on a foul ball.
That was toes, fingers, and that was between the ears. Locked in. Anyhow, the point of it, though, is whether that's just him recognizing something tonight, whether that's Will Smith, or whether that's the Dodger organization having a game plan prior to tonight's start, saying, hey, let's utilize this pitch a bit more often. But whatever the case, he's had success with it this evening.
Needs 1 more strike to finish the 6th. Bounces a curve.
I mean, if I'm him, I come back with it. Especially a guy like Goodman who expands his own.
Yeah. He'll punch.
I mean, I try to throw a curveball just a little closer to the plate, right?
Changes the eye level with a high fastball. 2-2.
Man, you're getting good. You're almost a hitter. Changing the eye level. Drop a curveball here, right?
Lauer's 2-2.
Nope. Back again. I mean, come on, don't we want a curveball selfishly just so we can
sell it.
Yeah, we can just sell it. Be a great story. Guys can talk about it on the post game.
Another 2-2.
There it is. Talk to me.
Did he go?
No.
No. Dodgers lose the appeal. Full count. Pitch 95 and the payoff. Fouled back.
All right, so the next one is season high. I think you have to be excited about this effort this evening. I think it gives the Dodgers something to work with. Pretty good foundation.
The 8th pitch. He struck him out.
Talk to me, Nelly. What was that
with
pitch?
the curve.
Curveball. You got your post-game show all done, guys.
6 strong in Eric Lauer's Dodger debut. Hugs, high fives, and handshakes for Eric Lauer. 6 innings in his first outing as a Dodger. 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 Ks. And in line for a win. All smiles during the post-outing chat with Mark Pryor and Connor McGinnis.
I mean, when you think about it, you're a pitcher that is looking for an opportunity, and the Dodgers want you. And then it's not, hey, let's go get right in Oklahoma City, and then we'll see how things go.
Look out in the left field corner. Pajes is on his way. 1 hops off the warning track and into the seats for a double. 3 extra base hits in the last 3 plate appearances for Andy Pajes.
Now this pitch is a couple inches off the plate, yet Andy's still able to pull his hands in and get the barrel to the ball. The at-bat adjustments and then the swing adjustments while making the approach to the ball. Again, so much more improved, at least during this stretch right now, than last year.
It's something he's done every year. That's the old trick, right? Just getting a little bit better. And he's gotten a lot better in short order. Again, just flashing back to 13 months ago, EK, in the middle of April, the conversation around Andy Pajes was, how much longer are the Dodgers going to stick with this kid?
I mean, I still remember doing the game. We were in Philadelphia, and you know, he wasn't swinging well. He just misplayed a ball in center, and you know, there was a shot of him in the dugout, and it you know,
bleak.
It did not look good, right? And you could tell he was dejected. But you know, the one constant I will say, and again, Andy's done all this on his. He's done it himself, right? You're in the box by yourself, but the impact that Teoscar Hernandez has had on this young man is immeasurable. I mean, if Teo's not there for him last year, I don't know where the career is. I really don't. But Andy has taken his opportunities, and he has just gotten better and better.
And I think you could safely say he should have been an all-star last year, and he's got a great case as we sit here now, May 26th, to be one this year. And to steal a term that I've heard from multiple members of the Dodger front office, he embodies an organizational win. The amount of people who are a part of Pajes' story. Obviously, he's the tip of the sword, right? But Teoscar Hernandez is included in that. Like, that is international scouting, right? That is player development. That is physical training, health staff, medical staff. Don't forget, he had a major shoulder surgery.
Right.
And then, of course, Pajes himself, the way he is wired to push himself to this point. First 2 on in the 6th is Mookie Betts. Towers went into left field, carrying back. This is at the wall. It is out of here. The fire comes pouring out of Betts as he rounds the bases. His 2nd home run of the game.
Well, we said it before last night's ball game. We thought that this was going to be a series that Mookie Betts would get hot. We weren't wrong. We were just early. It took a game. And he knows it too, right? He knew it was at least one row deep.
First 3 on, first 3 in the 6th. Home run number 6 for Betts. First multi-home run game since May 19th of last season.
I mean, I don't care if you're going to the Hall of Fame, but that is just a big sigh of relief for Mookie Betts, right? Just, you know, the work that he's put in. And again, the process is great, but you eventually want some results. I mean, that's the reward, and he has certainly earned those results this evening.
Is it a sigh of relief, or I want to get back to the batter's box?
Right, right.
(13-1) LA as Tucker laces the ball into the left center field gap where McCarthy cuts it off. Alex Call will pinch hit for Teoscar Hernandez.
Number 12, Alex Call.
Fourth time in the last 10 games the Dodgers with double-digit runs scored. And they still got a bunch of outs left to add more.
Well, they're certainly not letting up. And, you know, on the flip side, the Rockies are just trying to get out of this as far as without using a ton of arms from that bullpen. Right now, Zach Agnow's doing the best that he can do. And we mentioned he came off a great start the other day. First start, and, you know, feeling really good and having some confidence, and then meeting this Dodger lineup this evening.
It's Jam, pops it up toward the mound. Agnos will do it himself. 1 out.
Number 16, Will Smith.
Will Smith fouls away a strike. So the Dodgers have hit 4 home runs tonight, and the Dodgers are turning to a past home run to get Will Smith right. Last August 31st, a walk-off home run for Smith against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And that is the swing that they're basically trying to get Smith back to. And where it all starts are the lanes for him, trying to be square. I feel like of late, this cold spell, it's been a little too far open to start. Then he is closing and then swinging open. So EK, if you could try to break that down.
No. So all of that sort of stuff is great to say. This is what's causing you to not have success, and here is the fix. And like I said earlier, you know, you can say, okay, I'm gonna, my timing, I'm not going to be as open, or I'm going to be more closed, or I'm going to raise my hands, or, you know, whatever these adjustments are. But as a hitter, you've got to feel it. You've got to legitimately feel it, because when things aren't going well, I mean, it feels like you're up there with a shovel trying to hit a ball. Like it is just so awkward.
Squares one up right center field. McCarthy at the wall. This one sails out. Oh, the Dodgers are teeing off on the Rockies on this Tuesday.
I mean,
You look at a lot of things, but the first thing you want to look at is where was the pitch? And the pitches that these guys are hitting are center cut fastballs. And so, you know, does that make a difference? Does that...
Rojas buzzes the tower. Nice pick at second by Stevens. Back to you, EK.
You know, and you're able, so you could say, well, look at your mechanics were great or your approach was great. Well, the first order of business is you've got to get a good pitch to hit. And the Rockies have left a lot of pitches over the heart of the plate. And the Dodgers have not missed those pitches. So it'd be interesting. Like, did Will Smith mechanically do something that mimicked that swing against Arizona? I don't know. But the results were there, and you saw where that pitch was. And so much of it, too, especially the hitting, baseball in general, is between the ears. I mean, you've got to believe that you are the best no matter what.
Kim behind 0-2, and that second strike, painful, fouled off.
I mean, right now, too, you have to feel for Agnes out on the mound for the Rockies. And just, you know, he is out there. He's taking it for the team right now. Dodgers are just, you know, up there swinging the bat. Guys are seeing the ball well. And he's just out there eating pitches right now.
Kim down on 3 pitches, and that ends the 6th inning. But 5 runs for the Dodgers, and now 5 homers in this game. They've tied a season high. Mookie Betts has 2 of them. Call to the bullpen. It's brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. For the shutout streak, and the scoreless streak ended last night at 38 innings, but still the last dozen games. You need a microscope to see that ERA, 0.23.
Yeah, looking to start a new streak, right?
It's Jonathan Hernandez replacing Eric Lauer. It'll be the 3rd appearance for the right-hander. 2 scoreless innings so far. And you hit on it last night, EK. I think it bears repeating. You know, in the dominant stretch that this bullpen has had, it isn't the names that fans may have assumed. Oh, the Dodger bullpen, yeah, Edwin Diaz and Tanner Scott and Evan Phillips and Blake Trinan. Well, it has been a rotation of about a dozen different relievers chipping in for those 38 scoreless.
You know, but if there's anything that we know, being Dodger fans, especially the last few years, is there are going to be a number of names that we had no idea about or weren't really thinking were going to make an impact in February and March. And that's just been one of the things. Look, at this organization is so far and away above, better than any other organization. I mean, that's just facts. And I'd argue sports organizations. And it's the ability that they have, not just accumulating the best players, but trying to win in different ways. And whether that's on the field, whether that's in the stands, whether that's creating revenue. I mean, you've got top of the line people in all of these areas, and they themselves have a drive to be the best. And that's why this organization, I'd say, like, domestically, it's second to none. And the only reason I'm not going to say throughout the world is because I don't know anything outside. But like domestic, and it's not just because I work here. I mean, that's just reality.
Dodgers 15, the Rockies 1 in the 7th.
You know, on the flip side, if you're the Rockies right now, you're going, okay, let's get out of here. It's one game, right? It's one game. You flush it. You know, the bad thing is you got Shohei tomorrow you have to face. So, I mean, it's not really that consoling, but, you know, no matter what this score is, it's one game.
Strike 3. Follows the leadoff walk with his first punch out.
You know, it's going to be interesting. You know, if Kike does go on the IL, which what happens with Espinal? Like, right? Does he come back? Is that?
It's a ball to Kyle Karros. You know, you can't think out loud next to you here. A few series we have seen Kyle Karros. You've seen a couple of other active big leaguers in his setup at the plate. 2-2 now. I'd say when you first look at him, it looked like Nolan Arenado in the box, just the way he was moving in the batter's box. And then a first series in Colorado back in April, yeah, his setup was just a little reminiscent of Aaron Judge. Again, just his posture and the way he was in the batter's box. He's not tweaked it again for this series. He's down looking at strike 3.
I mean, just trying to find his way is what he's doing. And it's, you know, as a father, you're watching and you're having the ups and downs, and you're watching at bat like that and you go like, you gotta be kidding me. The guy got three pitches right on the outer part of the plate, right on the corner. And I'm watching our guys, the Dodgers, hitting balls that are right down the middle of the plate every time. Jeez. All right, there's your parenting part. That was for your entertainment.
It's 15-1 in the 7th, EK. You can let it out. 2 outs, a runner on first. Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike on Johnston.
Again, though, you look at this evening, the Lauer, the offense is going to stand out. But I think most importantly, though, for the Dodgers, you're going to look at what Lauer did, what Mookie did. You're going to be frustrated with the Kike issue.
Ground ball to Kim. This will end the 7th. Leadoff walk stranded by Hernandez. The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, serving up handcrafted pizza, crispy fried chicken, and famous Mojo potatoes since 1954. Dodgers have matched their season high in runs. 15-1, they lead the Rockies. Bottom of the 7th, top of the order against Wellington Herrera. Swings through, strike 2. Rushing came off the bench to pinch hit for Ohtani in the 5th. Ohtani was 0 for 2, but was hit by a pitch, so his on base streak continues at 12. Fortunately, it was something that hit the right hand guard that Shohei wears. Called strike 3 and rushes.
Rushes.
The batter is challenging the call of strike.
I don't know. Had the pitch cross home plate before he's challenged?
Call confirmed. Los Angeles has 1 challenge remaining.
I mean, it's just, you know, it's frustration, right? You know, Rush is trying to find himself where he was, you know, earlier in the year, where he could do no wrong. You know, now he's in it right now.
Andy Pages, his 5th plate appearance. Homered in the 3rd. RBI double in the 4th. Doubled and scored in the 6th. He's now 5 for 8 in the series, and the batting average creeping back up toward 300. This will help. 4 hits for Pages.
Pages doing a nice job of keeping his hands inside. He gets that fastball right down the middle part of the plate.
First 4-hit game of the year for Pages. 4th time he's done that in his career. Freddie Freeman's 2 for 2. So that's a sac fly. Freeman down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning for Herrera. Take us through Mookie's night.
Well, it's been great from the get-go. You know, it started off, he was down 0-2, and he's probably thinking, oh my goodness, come on. And then able to drive that 0-2 pitch over the center field wall. And he's just getting going, right? Drives the ball to left field for a base hit, and then hits another home run. But that's the thing is, you know, when you're in this game, it's tough sometimes, but you got to just keep showing up. You just got to keep going. And, you know, there's always that next pitch. Like I said, Mookie down 0-2 the first inning, probably going, man. And things changed. And now all of a sudden, he's probably feeling invincible.
3 for 4 with 2 homers. If you're wondering, has Mookie Betts had a 3-home run game before? Yeah, he's had several. 6 of them. Tied for the most all time, along with Hall of Famer Johnny Mize and Sammy Sosa. The 2-1 high in the air to left field. Did he get enough? No. Caught on the warning track by McCarthy. That ends the 7th. Pages straight. It's still 15-1 LA. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Discover the complete Ford lineup. Rugged, stylish, and powerful trucks and SUVs engineered for your adventures. Jonathan Hernandez out for a second inning of work. Base 9, 1, and 2 for the Rockies in this 8th. Dodgers ahead by 14. Down in San Diego, the Phillies beat the Padres 4-3. What a turnaround it has been under Don Mattingly in Philly. Phillies now 1 game above 500 after a wretched start.
I mean, I feel like that ball club, they hadn't got going.
Yeah, water found its level.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a matter of time.
Another strikeout for Hernandez. 3rd and 5 Rockies faced.
Hernandez right there, center cut right there, going right down the middle part of the plate.
So his 3 plus Eric Lauer's 4, 7 strikeouts and a free jumbo jack for Dodger fans in Los Angeles, or anybody who's hungry after you buy a large drink. So now Philadelphia has a chance to sweep San Diego with their Cy Young Award candidate Christopher Sanchez taking the mound tomorrow.
Got a little scoreless inning streak right now, does Sanchez. I think a little over 37 innings.
Paging Bulldog.
You know Oral's watching Philly games right now. Bottle of wine.
And a keen eye.
Batter's challenging to call a strike.
ABS Challenge powered by T-Mobile.
Falls confirmed. Colorado has 1 challenge remaining.
So Sterling Thompson loses that challenge in his first plate appearance. Now for the Dodgers last night reached the point of the season a third of the way through 2026 already. 34-20 entering tonight, 3rd best record in baseball, 2nd in the National League, and the best start 54 games for the Dodgers since 2022. There's out number 2 for Freddie Freeman. Actually 1 game better the Dodgers this year than their record in 2024 and 2025.
Right fielder number 2, Tyler Freeman.
How's your egg stand guy these days?
He had a little falling out with the people that run the farmers market, so he's not allowed there anymore.
Stop.
No, you think I'm kidding? I'm not. Honest to goodness.
That is not the update that I was expecting or the fans were hoping for.
You asked. I just try and speak facts up here.
You're going to be like, yeah, you know, he was down on the Dodgers last year, but I told him 7-game series. Your egg stand on the line. Who are you taking? The Dodgers.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting now he closed up shop.
Well, he got asked to leave.
And with that, the top of the 8th comes to a close. 15-1. Oh, it's going to be a party in Club Ravine. Access Sportsnet Dodgers presented by Mercury Insurance. A lot of highlights. Yeah, we see you, Jay Hare, Nomar, and John Hartung. A position player on the mound for the Rockies, Brett Sullivan, from behind the dish to the mound at the bottom of the 8th. So Braxton Fulford now catching. Dodgers have tied their season high of 15 runs and 5 homers. Tucker battling behind 0-2. Every Dodgers starter has reached base safely. Bouncing ball towards second. One away. Quick word from Pizza Hut.
Los Angeles fans know who the real MVP is of game day grub, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Left field, number 12, Alex Call.
That brings up Alex Call. First pitch swinging, rolls it fair down the third base line. Long throw for Karras, but he makes it 2 out.
Sullivan so far, by the way, in case you guys are interested at home.
I am.
This is his 3rd appearance. He's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, 0 ERA. Oh, I'm sorry. I got my stats screwed up. He hasn't given up a hit yet. 1 out away from going 1, 2, 3.
Will Smith homered his last time up. Just absolutely pummeled one. That was a line drive out to right center field.
I mean, it's almost like if I'm Will, it's like I don't even know if I'm swinging because I'm in a good spot. Well, I'm swinging if I get a base hit, I guess. But it's like, man, I just finally found something, drove a ball over the wall in center field, right center. You know, this isn't easy to hit against because you're thinking of just, you know, how far am I going to hit it? How, you know, we've seen the first 2 guys retired.
Strike 1 to Miguel Rojas.
It's the first hit Sullivan's allowed this year.
On the ground toward first, nobody at second, but Sullivan is covering the bag, and he got the foot there. So that ends the 8th. The Dodgers and Rockies go to the 9th. Look who's in the field now. Max Muncy for the top of the 9th at third base. The Dodgers up on the Rockies 15-1. They need 3 outs. Now, Dave Roberts had said that the hope for LA is to have Max Muncy back in the starting lineup tomorrow in the series finale. Getting back into a flow of a game before this one ends.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it makes sense. You know, and look, you get him moving around. He's going to play against Sagano tomorrow. He hit a home run off him and a doubled off him in Colorado. Makes perfect sense to come back. You know, I mean, tomorrow you're going to have Sagano probably pitching for Colorado. Then you have Shohei for the Dodgers. You know, look at Shohei. I understand he got hit in the hand, but he's not missing a start against the Rockies in his quest for, you know, look at, I don't think it's any secret. He's trying to win a Cy Young Award. And if you think he's going to push back and pitch against Philadelphia and miss tomorrow,
you wouldn't bet your egg stand on that?
I would not bet. No.
Hot shot to Betts. He eats it up on a hop. Throws to Freeman. First out of the 9th inning. Recorded by Miguel Rojas. And here's another word from Pizza Hut.
Los Angeles fans know who the real MVP is of game day grub, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pitcher number 26, Brett Sullivan.
Pitcher against pitcher. Sullivan flies the ball to right center field. Pages is at the wall. Not going to get that one. Solo home run for Brett Sullivan. It's now 15-2.
Colorado's answer to the two-way player. Pitching, hitting.
If I am a member of the Dodger bullpen, I'm going to have a fun time with Miguel Rojas after this game.
Well, but it got messed up yesterday, right?
No. No, sure. The scoreless streak is over, but now you're hurting
the bullpen
ERA.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But if I'm Mickey, I'm saying, yeah, look, dude, I'm saving your guys' arms.
That's a good
and then
counter.
that end of discussion,
right?
Like they'll take a run on a stat sheet. They don't care. Save some bullets.
Both Rockies runs in the cleanup spot from two different catchers. It was Goodman in the second, Sullivan here in the ninth. And now the third catcher, Braxton Fulford, with an opposite field single.
Center field, number 31, Jake McCarthy.
McCarthy hangs back and pulls one through the right side. Fulford to second.
Third baseman, number 12, Kyle Karros.
First and second, one out. A 13-run lead for LA. And the LA kid, Kyle Karros, digs in for Colorado. First pitch hit hard to left field. Back it goes, and it's gone. Just like in the 90s, we got a Karros going deep at Dodger Stadium.
I'm giving Miggy a hug.
Kyle Karros has 3 home runs in his career, and every single one of them have been against Dad's team, your team.
I mean, Miggy just became my favorite player on the team.
Your favorite pitcher of all time?
No, my favorite. No, my favorite player.
Favorite player. Period.
Period. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Koufax used to be my guy. Not anymore.
That's sprayed to the left center field gap. Troy Johnson has extra bases. That's not a phone call Mark Pryor wanted to make.
No. But I mean, on the flip side too, just what was it, last night or the night before? Last night. What, Miggy hit that ball off his ankle.
Hey, there you go, Muncy.
Muncy getting an opportunity right there. Look at it. Would you like something clean? But anytime you're putting a position player out on the mound, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. And again, everything that Miggy has done for this org, like, dude, he's out there on the mound. You think he wants to be doing this?
Forces Paul Gervais up at the Dodger bullpen. Into center field, going back Betts, coming in Pages. Can't make the catch. The run scores, and the inning and game continue.
Number 2, Tyler Freeman.
Now a 9-run game, 5 across for the Rockies here in the 9th off Miguel Rojas. (3-0) on Freeman. Rojas on the board. Shot the other way. The Rockies have batted around.
Number 14, Ezekiel Tovar.
Tovar, who led off the inning, grounding out to Mookie Betts. Rojas and the Dodgers need just one more out. Ooh, it's a whiff on the eephus. Ground ball, base hit into center field. Stop sign held up for Thompson at third. The bases are loaded.
Pitcher Brett Sullivan.
Sullivan started off this inning, right? Or was that Tovar? And then Sullivan hit the home run. Yeah. I'll be honest, my scorebook is closed.
Mine's not. I'm locked in.
Oh, you're locked in.
Yeah, this column's
right?
This column's getting a little sloppy though. Fly to right. Tucker back. And that's a win for LA. It won't be a save for Miguel Rojas, but it is a win for the Dodgers. They clinched the series in blowout fashion, 15-6.
Yeah, a lot of great things right now for the Dodgers. Most important thing for me, though, Eric Lauer coming out, throwing, showed some things that the Dodgers have to be excited about. And then, of course, Mookie Betts. First at bat was down 2 strikes. You're thinking, oh, come on, Mookie, you can do it. Boom, ball over the center field wall, ends up the night. Couple of home runs. He's got his stroke back. Will Smith, Andy Pages keeps going. I mean, everybody. It was really a great night to be a Dodger fan. And welcome back, Mookie.
And with the Phillies beating the Padres, the Dodgers now 3.5 up on San Diego in the division. They will go for the sweep tomorrow with Shohei Ohtani on the mound opposite Tomoyuki Sugano. So join us here for a 7:10 start. For Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson, and our crew, Matt Grant producing and Ben Dillenberger directing, I'm Stephen Nelson. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Fellas, take it away.